Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about The Second Coming, written by William Butler Yeats. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this poem, please remember to give a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. This poem is scary. Very scary poem. Very terrifying, scary poem. The first thing I like to say about this poem is that it's a very, very scary poem. Yeats here in this poem is writing after World War One, and as you can imagine, World War One was not a beautiful thing. It was not beautiful. It was not something that people enjoyed. It was World War One, and especially after World War One, we can assume that life was horrible. Life was absolutely horrible, and so in this poem, Yeats just basically tells us that the end of the world is at hand. That there is destruction coming. He tells us within this poem that the people that have good intention to lead society or countries, they don't have the strength to do it. But the people that have bad intentions, the people that want to lead and lead us into darkness, they're here to do it. They have that passion, they have the confidence to do it. Throughout the poem, throughout the first lines of the poem, he's pretty much telling us that, the people that once had the power, the people that once had the authority, they're no longer here again. They've lost control. And he basically paints this imagery that shows us the strong countries of the past, the strong societal structures of the past are all gone. And there's no hope. There's no good men to lead us into a brighter future. It's evil men that have the passion, the courage, and the will to lead. And so there's no hope. And then he takes us into this vision when he tells us he sees, out of the desert, this shape, this thing that has the body of a lion and the head of a man coming, with slow moving thighs, coming to pretty much destroy all of us, to end it all. And he really compares it to Bethlehem, to the birth of, where Jesus was born. And basically tell us that, the birth of evil, the birth of destruction, the birth of the apocalypse is upon us. From a Christian perspective, because we are talking about Christ here, we're talking about the second coming here, it's kind of like he's talking about the Antichrist. He's talking about, the Antichrist is coming. And this thing that's coming out of the desert, the lion with the head of a man, that seems, just ready to destroy, that seems ready to cause havoc. We have no chance against this because this is something that's sinister that's coming. There's no hope. So this poem is completely bleak. It tells us that everything is over. I mean, think about World War One. After the war, you have people who are dead, thousands upon millions who are dead, destroyed buildings, destroyed cities. People are starving. The world is in disarray. And so he concludes with this poem that, the commanders, the leaders, the good people, the best people have lost it. Society has lost, and now it is time for the apocalypse. It's like, yeah, this is it. This is what the poem screams out at you. This is it. This is it. The second coming is upon us. Utter destruction is upon us. There's nothing we can do about it. I even see this lion with the head of a man coming out of the desert, and it's going to destroy us all. So in deeper meaning here, there's no hope. This is a depressing poem. I guess it fits in the time that was written in. It was written after World War One. It's very crisp. It tells you, it has a lot of vivid imagery here in this poem. The mood is grim. The mood is dark. The mood tells us that there's no more good people to lead us into righteousness and truth. All of that is gone, and now it is time for the birth of the end, for the birth of the Antichrist, for the birth of something other than Christ, right? Because this what he said is coming. It's not Christ. He compares it to Christ. He tells us this is not Christ. This is darkness that's coming. And so, the second coming to Christians, it's a very important thing because in the second coming, Christians believe this is where Christ will come back, and all who believe in him will go to heaven and be in paradise, and all who don't believe in him will, go to hell. So here it's like Yates is saying, well, I'm not expecting a righteous leader to come back. I'm just expecting for everything to end darkly, grimly, and horribly. And so this poem does not give you any type of comfort that things are gonna get better. I'm sure many people did not really love this poem at the end of World War I. It probably wasn't a time to tell them, well, I know you've probably lost your loved ones, your house is probably gone, and then there's a whole host of poverty that's coming. But with all that's being said, um, the second coming is upon us, and there's no hope for us. I don't see any hope. So yeah, that's the poem. I hope we can chew that and digest that. It's a tough poem to get through, but well, good luck. I mean, that's all I got to say. All right then. Remember to like, subscribe, and or comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.